It's Coach Squeeze of the Rise Podcast Show. I'm your host. I got my man, Senior Cobbs, the CEO of the Rise Podcast, behind the camera. Today, I got my man back in the house today. You already know who he is out there. Coach Day, Shake and Bake's dad. We're talking post-fight comments. And we went around the table. So I'm going to let Shake and Bake Dad go first on what was his interpretation of the fight. I'm just going to personally say I thought his son won. I thought it was a robbery. It knocked the air out of me. Go ahead, Dad.
What you want to know? Just
everything you just said. Break it down. How you broke it down. Why you think your son lost the fight?
I think he lost because that's the way the judge said. You see what I'm saying? I don't never dispute with the judges. I don't really care if the mother judging the fight of the son in it. You see what I'm saying? I don't really say it that way because we train for something different. You see what I'm saying? At the end of the day. But I feel as though he lost due to, I can't say work ethic because he put on a performance.
So what you said earlier, I like the way you broke that down.
Yeah, I'm gonna just say is just keep in mind my son only 10 and the lack of IQ. You see what I'm saying? You got to know how to change the pace of the fight. He did everything right. I wasn't mad at his performance. You see what I'm saying? He caught the opponent with more clean shots, more flush shots, more power shots. But the amateur bout is not scored on that. It's scored on point system. So I would say the kid touched my son more, but not like hit him, but just had his arms working more. Just constantly had his arms working. My son catching, and it's not really doing nothing. He's so good and poised, but it looked different from the you know when you know what you're looking at and you know, oh, that's the style of fight you fight. He back up, he's shaking big, got a good foot movement. But it'll look like you're retreating to a crowd that don't know nothing about you, that haven't never seen you before, that don't know shit about boxing. You see what I'm saying? That don't know, they just like what they like, just like grumbling. So if you don't, you just got to know, you just got to implement everything into your arsenal. That's all. He's supposed to change the pace of the fight.
What could he have done that add on to what he did that could have won him that fight?
Change the pace of the fight, Falls. When you change the pace of the fight, you
explain to them out there. Because
change the pace of the fight is making the other opponent change his game to where as though you don't come out and have 3 of the same rounds. Whether you see what I'm saying, if you feel like you're doing okay, if you feel like you just change the pace, even because you just in the amateurs, and it's still spawning me. You see what I'm saying? No matter if you got uniform on, there's 1,000 people in the gym, or if it's just you and another coach in the gym, and you spawn, it's still spawn because you learn it and you lesson. You don't get paid for shit. You see what I'm saying? You out there doing this for absolutely nothing to get your name out there, so you still spawn and learn. So it's like even in the fight, like yo, work on things. He could have jabbed the whole round for real and took a round. You see what I'm saying? He could have got on this. I ain't gonna give his game plan away, but he could have rocked back and forth. You see what I'm saying? He gonna know what I mean when I say that. He could have rocked back and forth. He could have just stayed on the body a whole 1 minute and changed the pace of the fight and showed that, oh, this kid body work is awesome. Because the kid body work is awesome. You see what I'm saying? But it's like when the lights is on and so many people around, it's hard to gather for a kid. And even though they've been there before, it still get overwhelmed. It's like telling a kid, yo, you can't get happy because Christmas here. Christmas came last. You see what I'm saying? Well, you already had a birthday. Why get the same feeling still come around? So no matter if they've been there before, the same feeling come around. It's just all on how they conduct themselves. That's all.
Well, I was at the fight and I respect everything Coach Day said, but from where I was sitting, at the commentating table.
Right.
Me and Senior, shake and bake. We shaking and baking, check hooking, turning his opponent, leaning, touching the body. He was working. He could have do the jab a little bit more. I agree with you with that. I see what you're saying far as him, even if he just stood there and just
stood there,
because I know that's what they looking for.
Yeah, just stood there.
But I didn't see nothing that the other kid was tough. I'm not taking up from him. He was game. He came. He was swinging.
He wasn't connecting though.
It was a flawless performance by Shake and Bake. One of his best performances I ever seen. He put on a show.
And
he put on a show.
And
when they
a week.
And the
build up to the fight.
Winner is. I was so comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I knew this one was in the bag. I had my money on the table.
Yeah.
Right? The blue corner.
Then a house grab it like
Yo, the air went out of my body. Me and Senior looked at each other. I say, I know they just ain't do this boy like this.
I know. And it might sound a little crazy, right? I want to add this. Like, I'm his father and also his trainer. You see what I'm saying? I'm kind of happy he lost. You see what I'm saying? I'm not happy for his failures because even though you got to watch your son go through that, but we also building up for the nationals. Like, my son, this might trigger him to understand, like, bro, you got to know you, bro. You see what I'm saying? You got to know, and you got to understand who you are every time you're in this ring. This is what you do. And you got to understand a lot of other kids do a lot of other shit. A lot of other kids, they're nationally ranked football players as well as boxers. Nationally ranked basketball and baseball players as well as boxers. All you do is box. You don't do nothing else. So you should stand out no matter what. You should let this football player that's hopping in this boxing ring know that you in here with a boxer. You should let this basketball player that really love basketball, but just boxing. But he boxes on his off day. He's competing. Only thing you do is box. You should let this basketball player know, yo, you're in here with a boxer. Because you don't split your. Your son look like Sugar Ray Leonard. He looked at. I'm not mad at his performance.
I sit there and your son had me oohing and ahhing and was slipping, countering. Like you could have worked out the jab a little bit more. But I don't see and think what you're saying, I'm going against it. I'm not going against nothing you say.
Even I'm not of you.
But what I seen from the side, the legend lives on. Shake and Bake. He did exactly what the name I gave him. He gave me a show.
And I feel like this. It's the laws. I accept the laws when you know what you have, when you know what you created, you know what he capable of doing. You know what he did. You see what I'm saying? And you know what he could display at any given time. Even though you put on a show, you just displayed you. You didn't display what you was capable of doing. You just displayed a good performance. But not what you didn't display your potential. You just displayed a good performance. What the judges didn't see in their eyes. Because you didn't display your potential.
I wonder why the air left my body when the blue hand got raised.
Because Shorty didn't do nothing. I'm not taking that from the fight.
No. I said, why the air ain't go out my body when old Doug was fighting? The air ain't go out my body when what's his name? Damari ain't get the victory. The air ain't go out my body. When old Doug ain't get the victory, the air ain't go out my body. When Shake and Bake ain't get the victory, why my body was lifeless?
I got an answer for that because them fights that they lost, they wasn't like a controversial fight. You probably sat there and said, I would have gave Even though they come out my gym, I would have
Yeah, we gonna be fair now, because we want our babies to be great.
This the Rise
We want our babies to be great. We ain't lying to our babies.
Going to lie to our babies.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
That's why I'm respecting what you saying.
So you sat there.
You gotta respect Kenny Porter. I mean, Day Day.
Oh.
That's a lie. You could have gave me Bill.
He
You could have gave me Bill. You could have gave me Bill.
I got it.
You ain't said at the fight.
He could have gave me Bill.
I gotta give him Kenny P. I ain't get that. I ain't get this explanation at the fight.
They not bad comparison, man. Because you can also see where Bill and Kenny got these sons, man. So if you compare me to them, I think that. I'm not a bad.
In my eyes, your son put on a hell of a performance.
I appreciate you.
Me and Coach Squeeze was grading the fights round for round. No bias involved, no matter what gym they came from.
Right.
And we was calling it accurately. You know what I mean? Well, how you feel, Coach Squeeze? That fight right there.
I probably got every fight right, but
that fight right there.
Did y'all get every right fight?
3-0 shake and bake.
Did y'all get
every fight? Every fight.
What you mean by that?
Like, did y'all get
every single fight?
Right. Like, okay, this will go to this.
Every single fight, except for his nephew.
Yeah.
And that's why I was mad.
Man, Senior was beefing though. Man, Senior would go for the blue corner. I say, because I ain't know some of them guys. I went by body language and how they came out in the first round, and I looked at them. You know what I mean? So, but back to what you were saying, Senior.
We picked Nephew all 3 rounds, man. Right. Nephew put on a hell of a performance.
Right.
Nephew dominated the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Slim was throwing, his hands was moving, but he wasn't catching them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And listen, I agree. He dominated the fight. He put on a hell of a performance. I'm not taking. He lost to me because he didn't do what he didn't put on his potential. Like, he just come from beating the #1 kid in the whole damn league. Off this fight, you see what I'm saying? Well, off a fight before that, he's only 10, just beat 2 12-year-olds back to back. You see what I'm saying? We build, but I'm just saying to do that. But then still put on. I'm not mad at his performance. I'm not mad. You know why I go down? What I tell him? Yo, I don't do the robbery shit. I don't give a fuck if you going there and you're unanimous and they still say it another way. I don't give a fuck if a nigga mother is the motherfucking judge, his brother's the timekeeper, his father the ref, and his grandmother hitting the bell. Nigga, you got to make it so as though they got to call them doctors over there. Hey, can he continue?
What I tell you, Coach? I said the only other thing he could have did was knock him out.
You gotta make the nigga say, hold on, time out, something going on.
Yeah, no mom.
Yeah.
The judges can't say.
Yeah, because it's debated. You know, it's politics and everything. Straight, you know, we could control box. I just keep it going. We control box. We go, bro. Come on, bitch, the shit. Come on, we gonna win this. I ain't gonna look at this one. Yeah. Politics. So you can't leave it at that. I mean, I'm not saying that goes on the boxing. I'm saying it's possibility because the human being is corrupt. Yeah, money changes everything. The human being can do anything for an amount of money. So you got to check. You got to make it go the way. You got to control the destiny. You can't let money, power, fear, or influence on another person change your destiny.
You mind if I call Nephew in here?
Of course.
Huh?
Of course.
Let's get Nephew in here, man.
Of course. Damn shit.
Let's get Nephew in here, man. Come on, slide. You got a chair right there behind you. Bring the chair in. Bring Nephew in. I ain't mean to bring you up the treadmill.
Get in the hot seat.
Nah, man. So now we got
Shake and Bake up in the building. Special guest. You know what I mean? Part of the Upton family. I like to start off before I ask you any questions with Senior that we so proud of you, and I think you won all 3 rounds. I seen your face when they said blue corner. You was even shocked, and I know you when you don't put your best performance on. You man enough to admit it. You come back to the corner and say, yeah, Dad, I could have did that. Yeah, Dad, I think, you know, you built it. So, but Saturday night, when they said blue corner, I seen it in your face that you couldn't believe it now. Take it away, Senior.
So how you feel? No, not how you feel. What do you think you could have done more to get the decision in that fight? Or
I
do you
could have,
feel it was anything that you needed to do to get the decision in that fight?
yeah, I could have pressed the fight more. I could have stayed on it more and threw more punches.
Well, when you was fighting, I'm sitting there, man, seeing your commentator. You looked so beautiful. A song came to my mind. And it played in my head. Cause you was big, spirit, shit, yeah, yeah, yeah. I know it sounds funny, but I just can't stand it. My baby was slipping punches to go, girl, I'm leaving you tomorrow. Everybody was
Just like everything's slow motion.
Yo!
That's going on.
I was so happy. He put on a magnificent show. And when they said the blue corner, it was like I had COVID.
Yeah.
It took all the air out of my body.
Yeah.
Great job. But I could respect you saying you could have pressed forward a little bit more and you could have do more punches. I understand that. But I'm talking for me, what I seen and what Senior seen. We had you all 3 rounds.
My question is this a stepping stone? Is this motivation?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
definitely motivation. Every time I win, I slack off, but every time I lose, I come back and I come up.
So what we got next? What we looking forward next?
December the 5th, we coming for the Nationals next, and I'm gonna try to bring back the trophy or whatever. And man,
You gonna try to bring it back, you gonna bring it back.
bring it back.
Right.
All right, man. This is another Rise podcast show. I got Coach Day Day and Dad/Dad. No Kenny Porter.
Yeah.
Because he put him out there at the fight. And I got my one and only, still one of the best.
No, KP, you got to give me bail now.
I said,
God, you
I said,
this Lord, he know.
I
When
said,
you step in that ring, you got
I
to
said,
pay the guy.
let me say it again.
When you step in this ring, shake and bake, you got to be paid to what?
Nah,
All right then. Ain't no throwing talent. Ain't no nothing. Yeah, ain't no
You know
nothing.
what I mean? But Shake and Bake in the building, which I think he won all 3 rounds. Poetry in motion. Great job, Shake and Bake.
Definitely.
Hell of a performance. I was stoked. I was looking at you like, God damn. I never was that good.
He definitely was moving,
At
sticking.
16, 14 years old, I picked the gloves up at 10. I ain't never looked that good. I ain't never been that talented. And for him, man, I Sugar Ray Leonard. That's a wrap. Rise Podcast, Coach Day/Dad, Shake and Bake in the house. Look forward to him coming up. What's that? The National.
Shreveport, Louisiana, December 5th through 11th.
All right, y'all heard we coming.
How many fighters going down there with y'all?
It's probably 7 of us, if I'm mistaken. 7 of us, 6 exclusives.
Okay.
We usually go down deep, but due to everybody really just get back in the gym because there's a lot of fighters should be going down. Like Robbie should be going down.
Yeah.
Gucci should be going down.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of fighters that should be going down. Next year, inshallah, everybody stay on track to keep the gym and they finish long.
Yeah.
We should be taking like 20, 25.
On the real.
We got it. Everybody got these good gyms right now because y'all got these fighters that been in the gym 2, 3, 4, 5 years since they've been 10 and they 15. Y'all got other teams, so y'all just add. And we just start. This the start. Tank are gone, so don't be looking like GTD and they now Tank. Everybody who buys with Tank is pro. This is a new start. You see what I'm saying? So don't ever get it messed up and thinking y'all got the best gyms on East Coast, West. I don't care where y'all at. Upton is the best gym, and we gonna display that. 2022, we gonna display that. I put that on everything I love. We gonna display that.
You heard it live on the Rise Podcast. Your host, Coach Squeeze, Senior Cops, the CEO behind the camera. As we always say, peace.
Bye.